Hi, Marika.
And I'm Sarah.
And we're from Left to Right.
Today we are going to do a September wrap-up plus our October TBR.
So we're going to start with what we read this month first.
I read the Rebel of the Sand series, both Rebel of the Sands and Traitor to the Throne, and I absolutely loved it. I gave it both of them 5 stars on Goodreads. There is not one reason for you not to like the book. It's a totally different setting like none other before. You get a clear connection to the world because they give you their religion, their beliefs, their history. It's such a clear image in your head that gets painted. It's a beautiful book and I can't wait for the 3rd one. Totally recommend. It was beautiful. Then I read The Thousandth Floor, which was a big letdown. I'm sorry to say it, but this book is too hyped up. On Goodreads, I gave it 2.5, which is nice. And if I give a book that low a rating, I really mean it, because every other book I give 5 stars. This book had no plot. The plot was drama. It was a good scenery, good setup, wasted on this book. It was a futuristic version of Gossip Girl, and you had to keep up with who sleeps with who, what drug they're on now, and the drama that's going on in their life. I did not enjoy this. It's an overdramatic chick flick. Don't waste your time. I'm sorry. I read it because of the hype, and I don't see how the author can keep going with this for 3 books, so sorry, didn't like it. Next was One Dark Throne, which was actually really good. I enjoyed it much more than the first book, and I really love how Kendare left off, and she has so much that she could write about in the next book that I'm really looking forward to. I really recommend this one. It wasn't one of my favorites, but it was much better than the first book. She really improved on the writing, the story really developed more, you get major plot twists, and everything's explained. I really enjoyed this one.
And this month I read the art copy of The City of Brass. I was really excited. I won one of those Goodreads giveaways that I feel like no one ever wins. And I won, and they sent me an art copy. So this book hasn't come out yet. It's coming out in November. And at first, it was very slow. I get that the author had to set up the world, and it took a while to get into it, especially because it's a book I've never really read that much stuff about. I read Rebel of the Sands, which is a similar kind of Egyptian, Middle Eastern type culture, but this one was still different from that. It deviated a lot, and it took a while for it to set up. But once it got past that, especially the ending, I cannot wait for the next book, which is really bad because this book hasn't even come out yet, so I'm on extended waiting time. Then that book took me a few weeks to get through, especially from the beginning. I think I read maybe 5 pages a day. I was very disappointed, but then I started reading it much more quickly past the halfway point, and I figured there was no way that I could only read 1 book this month. So I crammed in 3 books in 2 days. I read the Legend trilogy by Mary Lou. I was very happy with the entire trilogy. I would recommend chunking this. If you have 48 hours to run through a book series really quick, I recommend doing this one. It's a nice, easy read. You'll fall in love with the characters. They're all great. The plot was very good, very political heavy, great action scenes. I was just very happy with this entire series as a whole.
And now for the October TBR. This October, I'm going to read the Crown's Game series. The next is Simon versus the Homo Sapiens Agenda. I started reading this and I loved the first chapter so much that I had to buy it because I knew I missed the characters when I had to return it back to the library. So I'm really excited to read this one. I heard there's a movie coming out, it's already casted, so I wanted to read it before it came out and all that stuff. It sounds really cute. It's about this boy in high school who's not so openly gay and has a pen pal online who he's really getting along with until someone finds those emails and starts to blackmail him. So now he's trying to do what they want him to do without his friends asking why he's changing so much or finding out that he really is gay. The next one is Girl in the Blue Coat. I'm going back to historical fiction. I usually binge a lot of them at a time, so I'll probably read more after this. This one sounded really interesting. It's been on my TBR list for a while. My friends read it and they said it's really good, so I'm looking forward to that.
Alright, and for my October TBR, you'll see a very familiar face, The Beginning of Everything by Robyn Schneider. Yes, I do really want to read this, and yes, I'm delaying it, but only because I know it's going to be good, and I'm waiting for myself to read a bad book and then want a good book to follow that. So that's this. If you want a brief description, go check out our first video. That's where I talked about it a bit more. Then I have the Eye of Minds trilogy by James Dashner. Yes, I'm a big fan of trilogies when they're good, and I've heard very good things about this. One of my friends recommended it to me, and I think I'm gonna read it. Pretty much, I don't really know the plot of this, but I know it surrounds video games and these people, these gamers that like to go on the Viranet, and I know something goes wrong and there might be someone that dies and then they have to try and replay the game because they find out that their life isn't a game or something like that. Not really sure, but I'll read it and I'll let you guys know. And I'm being pretty ambitious this month, and I have another series. I think these are the only 2 books in it though. It's the Ivory and Bone series. And I've heard a lot of good things about this and a few bad things about this, so I kind of want to formulate my own opinions. I know it's based on a prehistoric kind of time period, and these 2 people named Cole and Maya, they need to kind of fend for themselves out in these prehistoric times when a lot of things aren't given to them, including their freedom. So they kind of have to work through that and figure it out together. Then my last one, I have Wonder Woman Warbringer by Leigh Bardugo, and I'm very excited. I want to see Wonder Woman in theaters, but I'll probably watch it anyways. And I know this is very similar to the movie, but I think they switch up Wonder Woman's background a bit more, and I'm excited to see it in print. It's very different than seeing it as a movie, and I know that this didn't come out before the movie, so it's a real testament to see if the book is better than the movie or not.
That's it for today's video. All our social media will be linked down in the description below if you want to check out our progress and reviews. If you don't want to wait to the end of the month, hit that subscribe button, and happy reading.
Bye.